So, what's your favorite covered song, and why is it Wicked Game? Seriously, I don't. I think like next to Happy Birthday, Wicked Games is like the most covered song ever. Like every like yeah. I don't want to say two bit, but I'm trying to think of a better word. But every like 2-bit female singer songwriter has a cover of Wicked Games. I fucking love that song, and I find it kind of funny. The beautiful guitar work. 'Cause that's probably some of the best guitar work I've ever heard. Like trying to learn that song is kind of tough. Um, was not written by fuck. I can't think of his name now. Chris Isaacs. You know the guy from the zombie cover from a while back. You mean Zombie Who? We're not talking about White Zombie. Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie? Really? As in, well, my earlier thought was Chris Isaac, as in Chris Isaac from Fire Walk With Me. Oh, gotcha. That zombie cover from a while back. Was that something I played? Oh, wait. Yeah, what's the best way to find that? Months ago now. I don't really have a way to sort alphabetically. This playlist, I think I gave you a copy of it. My like super thumbs up playlist. It's like 700, 900 songs long. Oh no, okay, I lied. 508. It is 33 hours long. Yeah, it's over a day's worth of music here. Okay, so I figured out what was wrong with that the text last night. The text file I put a font in there because I was like, let's have a fun font, and it worked. And then when I went to make the stream go live, it stopped working and broke all the fonts. Technical stuff. Bye. But I got the font working, so we now have a schedule along the side, which makes me pretty happy. Mostly happy. Okay, so let's Control Alt 2. No, be Control Alt 1. Yeah, it would be. Launch game. We're playing Fractured Soul. Hop on over to Control Alt 1. There it is. Look at that schedule. Look at that schedule in my very strange, uncomfortable camera placement. I need to come up with like something of a border for this, maybe. And something to put at the bottom, like a ticker, or maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do there. Like, I'm trying to play around with the idea of making the stream more interesting. I could do a lot more, and I'd be happier with doing full screen video if I had a green screen and my head was just kind of floating in the bottom. I would be happier about that, because having the square of the room around me, it's unappealing to me. Okay, to the settings. Video. Look at that. There ain't fucking anything in here. What resolution is this running at? Because it looks terrible. Like, truly terrible. Is this, God, so bad. HUD timer. Okay, not seeing anybody complaining about resolution, so maybe this is just like this terrible menu. Or was this like a mobile phone for a small screen? I don't know. It's got like 107 achievements. Yeah, that's not gonna show up. Something ridiculous. I have no idea. I have no idea what this game is. It looks like a side scroller. Normal. New game. 1 player, 2 players, huh? Hmm. The 3 outposts of the Typhoon Cluster. Slide gradually into view. Your trial is finally upon you. You burst from your craft. You burst from your craft. Oh, spacecraft. The moment it touches down. Aware that every passing second inches you closer to disaster. The Typhoon Cluster, comma, bridge between realities, comma, is under threat, comma, and only your power can save it now. I fucking suck at reading. Like, I just hate reading. That's why I'm terrible at. What is happening? Okay. Oh my god, the perspective is so weird. The room grows as you travel it. So this room has a ladder. Okay, maybe I can see why this is a why can't I just fall down? This is like that Switch game that I was talking about. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Keep track of things, Havoc. Jesus. At least I don't have to aim. Fine with this. Okay, good. Huh. I am the ultimate badass. This is the most game I think I've ever played as far as a mechanic goes. Oh! I hurts myself. Oh, shit. Hurts myself a lot. Oh! That's smart. Okay. Getting tougher, getting tougher, getting tougher. I think if these were side by side instead of top and bottom, my eyes could track them better. Just I'm a little weirded out by the sound of a guy saying, like, sounds like he's in the next room. Oh, okay. For some reason that didn't work a second ago. Secrets. I found 2 secrets. Were those things out in the open? Secrets. The situation is as dire as you were instructed. What? The Typhoon Cluster has been violated and is teeming with hostiles. You pelt further into the outpost, your task heavy upon you, period. Your unique gifts make you the cluster's last line of defense. Is the Typhoon Cluster a spatial anomaly or a place? Like an outpost townhome or something. Ooh. Oh, interesting platform. Oh, shit. That's an interesting platform. Aesthetically, this reminds me of a game. Oh, shit. Okay, I got it. Called Eris, Extinction Agenda. Obviously, this has its... Fascinating, okay. Oh. Dumbass. Alright. So I can get out to here. Oh, this is bad. Okay. That guy was... Oh. I see. Ah, shit. Hopefully it still counts me as getting it. Oh, I gotta do all this again. Okay. Probably, yeah, it's still there. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna bother with it. That's just gonna be... Oh! Okay. Oh, okay. That wasn't so bad. Ladder time. Wow, I'm having a really hard time tracking up and down. I do just kind of feel like it would be much easier if it was left and right, but it's fun. I've never really been known for my spatial awareness. Or, you know, whatever you would call it in this case. Those are timeout platforms. Got it. Oh shit, okay. Oh no, you dumbass. I'm gonna deal with that once we're on the ladder, I think. Yes, we are. Slowly climb out of the way of a speeding bullet. What's with that platform? That's just where he was. Oh. Oh. Interesting, interesting. I didn't see another one. I don't know why you call something that's out in the open a secret. I think that's just called a collectible. You are unaware of the origin or nature of those that have breached the facility. But your orders are simple. Cleanse the cluster of all remaining life. What? Okay. You tighten your grip upon your weapon as you continue running, comma, intent on routing the invaders at any cost. Yo, what language is this translated from? Like, I can't even deal. Oh, fuck you, Grenader. Get the hell out of here. Man, if this is like Space Condo, what a terrible place to live. There's one on each side, that's interesting. Interesting! Is that like some kind of shield? Yeah, so it's some kind of like, well, it's fractured soul, so there's a fracture in the cluster of the typhoon something. And apparently everybody just disappears and there's invading forces and you've been told to rout all remaining life, whatever the fuck that means. The translations are not good. Like, really bad. And per normal, I have no idea where this game came from. It's just in my library and that's why we're fucking doing this. I mean, having a hard time with the top and bottom. I feel like if this was like side to side, I'd see it better. Because that's kind of where my eyes are. I'm not like, you know, my eyes aren't like this. That would be fucking interesting. I don't know what that would be like. But it sounds terrible, and I hate it already. So, maybe not that. You talking to me like you a boss. Oh. Why did it just hurt? Oh shit, okay. Got it. Just let me crawl my ass away from a bullet here. Oh! Fuck you, guy. Did that one just R2-D2? I don't know why it would be like that. I know why it would be like that, though. Whew. Okay. Stressful. The sharp mental pain you feel each time you shift between realities is diminishing. You are beginning to harness your power completely, period. You continue at speed along the outpost darkened court. These are so brightly lit. Yo. Buoyed by the ability that is yours alone. Also, the fact that this game, which I don't think is that old, looks like it was rendered only as high as 720p. Yeah, it looks rough. Yeah. I love it. This weird voice just sounds like it was like filmed in somebody's kitchen. Like a really clean kitchen. Made with IKEA stuff. You know the kind. How you see me, dickbag? Oops. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, that is so confusing. That is so hard to track. Like, okay, these are timed. Look, I can't lie, I don't hate this. I don't see this being like my favorite game ever, but I find it interesting. Ah, okay. This make me want to play Seraphim in a big way. Oh, by the way, so I have the schedule up. I assume. Because you're not blind, you know? Ooh, that was close. Okay, so we're repeating stuff again. That is tough. This is the exact same thing, is it not? Oops! Oh god, where's that checkpoint? Fuck! Alright, whatever, it's whatever. This is tough. I need to just ignore that pickup. We're not doing it, yo. Wait a minute, does this thing have like 102 achievements? How come not a single one has unlocked? 102 achievements. Alright, it's fine, whatever. I'm actually hoping none of them unlock at this point. God damn it. Okay. This is tough. That part just, it doesn't quite compute for me. I told myself I wasn't gonna do it. Did it anyways. Fuck you, completionist. Okay. Well, that was less terrible. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, my brain just doesn't do it. I swear this would be easier if I went side to side. Don't do it. Oh, you're right. Okay. Oh. Okay. Go away, you're bugging me. Right, okay. At least these aren't going up and down. I don't think it ever goes. Oh, I didn't see that. The other direction. Man, this looks like a terrible place to live. Like, if this is a colony where things live, fuck this. Havoc out. Well, I managed that part. That was cool. It says they will eventually. Yeah. Guys are such incredibly low res. Incredibly low res. Backgrounds. Catching your breath, you press your palms onto the airlock release. As the doors retract, a torrent, God, these words, of water surges into the room, knocking you to the ground, gasping for breath. You instinctively shift between realities, and the water suddenly vanishes. Rising to your feet, you wonder if this disjointedness can be turned to your advantage. Can we just, like, acknowledge that even, like, Metal Gear Solid's overly long cutscenes are better than reading things? Seriously. I fucking hate having to read things in games. If it's a bad voice actor, cool. I don't care. Just don't make me read things. Yo, I'm not blue anymore. I mean, I guess I'm underwater, though. Okay, fine. This place just flooded minutes ago. It's already got seaweed and sea plants growing in it. Uh-huh. I don't even know why I needed the other side. Just oh. Excuse me. Just bypass all of this. Oh my god, do you hear the footstep sounds? This is all wrong. Everything is wrong right now. What a weird shader they have here. Like, I can't figure out how he went from, like, blue to green. And red to yellow. I'm sure it's logical, right? Ah, you dick. Is that straight up rockets? See, now I know. I know it was Aerith's Extinction Agenda that I liked. That. Did Gone Home have voice acting? I mean, you insinuate that it did. I guess I don't remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I wouldn't have liked it as much. And I would have hated Dear Esther. Those games benefited from having excellent narrators. Yeah, I don't know. Gone Home's like weird on another level too, because it's a disjointed voice that isn't the main character. That is somebody else, then she's hearing it in her voice, whereas like, say Dear Esther is actually a narrated story. What kind of narrated story? God, it's been so long. I really love that game though. I mean, game. Yeah, I think if I had to read Gone Home, I would have felt about the same about that one as I would a visual novel, probably. I just need another level. Like, I don't mind, like, say, well, I kind of do. I was gonna say I don't mind, like, the extra text in something like Diablo or Divinity, you know, that's not voice acted, and, like, that's kind of okay. I just straight up dislike reading. It bores me. I don't know. Stalker struggled with that too. It didn't have much in the way of. They just had so many conversations, and they're like 8 paragraphs long too. Like it would have taken forever to get through it. It's just sometimes there's too much information. But like this is not even bothering to tell a story. It's like inserting the idea of a story through words. I mean, I guess that's how you tell a story. But like you don't see it. Like this water rushes in. Like I would have rather had a cutscene. Like it feels lazy. It feels lazy in this game for sure. Just straight lazy. Hopefully I made some sense with my babbling here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a loss there. Oh, god damn it! The first achievement just popped up. What was it even for? It said complete your first world. Jesus. And there's only 101 left. So you probably haven't played many older RPGs from the 90s, 2000s with a lot of text. I have. That doesn't mean I like them. Like, like the game can be fine and the gameplay can be great. Are you talking like Zork, or are you talking Dungeons and Dragons? Like Neverwinter. Something like Zork, I would really struggle with. Yeah. Morrowind. So, Morrowind did have some voice acting, didn't it? Daggerfall didn't, but Morrowind had some, and Oblivion had more. I don't know. I haven't really got into Morrowind. I want to play Morrowind. Yeah, I mean, it would have been exactly the same as Stalker. Stalker had a lot of reading. Yeah, yeah. I think at the end of the day, I'd much prefer, like, say, fully voice acted, like Fallout 2 or Oblivion or Skyrim, to having to read a bunch of things. I mean, it's an immersion thing, isn't it? Like, having, like, you remember how bad having to read the stuff in Ukulele was? Like, you have this super obnoxious, like, but you still have to read it all. And it's just not immersive. It just, like, totally sucked me out of it. Like, that was the part I hated the most about that game. Okay. Platform. Another platform. Yeah, like, I'm not saying that there isn't a place for words in games. I'm just saying it's not my preference. I don't know. Reading makes me feel bored and I get distracted, and ADD just, like, it totally takes hold, and I don't know. I end up, like, you know, like, I mean, I just read paragraphs and don't process any of it. Like, I'm just so uninterested in having to read that I don't retain any of the information. Yeah, I don't know. Just, it's not my favorite thing. I mean, it's something I can fix with actual pills, but I don't want to do that again. Like, I did that in high school, and I was a zombie, and I read all the Star Wars books that I could get a hold of. Like, I read everything. Stop taking that. I just don't want to be on a bunch of pills to have to be able to do something that I don't really want to enjoy. I don't know. Reading's a weird thing. I got real mixed whatever on it. It's not my preference to read in an interactive visual experience. Kind of like I would hate to have to read a movie, I guess. I don't know. My God, more paragraphs. The path you are following through the outpost reaches a junction, comma, and pressing against the wall, comma, you cautiously peer into the connecting corridor, period. An impossibly tall laser immediately sweeps towards you. Yeah, like, I have no idea what I just read. I just read the words and focused on having to say the words without stuttering. Yeah, stuttering might be my thing, too. So there's a laser. I'm peering. You nearly avoid being burned by the laser. Drawing back, you surmise that the invaders have caused the outpost's internal defense mechanisms to come online. Stealing yourself. That's the metal steel. You prepare to run. This sounds like an hour to make cutscene. This is running music. Oh shit! Open. This is feeling like Journey to Silas. That's a pretty good game. Oh god. It catches up with me if I stay in the water. What the oh, one of them was okay. Oh, this is not good. be a right wrong thing at all. Yeah, no. It is 100% a preference thing. I struggle with reading. I don't like it in my video games. Oh, I hate that I can't. Oh, it's okay. Get through the door. Oh man, I was right there at the exit the entire time. Yikes. Look at that. I got all the achievements. Breathlessly, you slump against a nearby wall, certain now that your ability to shift between realities is the only thing keeping you alive. After a moment's rest, you continue along the dark corridor. Before you, an ominous droning of laser weaponry growing. Before you, the ominous droning of laser weaponry growing louder in your ears. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see you up there, jackass. Oof, okay. I suppose it's okay if it's... Whew. Slow fall, but that one was not a slow fall. Yo, wait a second. This one's in outer space and one is in the bottom of the ocean. What the fuck is this place? This is just silly. Oh shit. Why did it feel that jump there? Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like vocal cords hurting. Oh god. Thought that was it. I fall slow. Oh shit, snacks. Okay. Live and learn, live and learn. Do it again. Do it for a third time. Oh, that's a tough one. I guess I have to really hug it. Gotta hug it out, man. Oh, please. Yikes! Oh, man. Oh, no. I think this might be my call bullshit and not play anymore. Because that just goes on way too long. This is like that bullshit in Battletoads. Oh, that hurt. Weird. Okay, so, hey, what are we playing instead? Are we gonna play more Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, or are we gonna play, Longest Journey? Yeah, we're gonna go take a look at that. Really? You vote that over Jurassic Park? Okay, okay. Alright. Could you imagine what the hell this would be like in two-player mode? It's probably gonna unlock another fucking achievement. Oh, really? Okay. I guess I don't know why I didn't expect that. So one's one controller and one's the other. That's interesting. Would that be better? I really hate when there's like two colors in a menu and there's only two options and like one's white and one's a pretty color like blue like it just was, and you have to like hit it like 3 or 4 times. It's like trying to stick a USB in the right way like over and over again because you don't know. Like, put a box around the fucking thing. Just put a box around it so you know what you're pressing, especially if you're not gonna have a mouse in your fucking menu. There, Havoc's Game Design 101, rule number 1: put a box around it. I hate that I earned one single achievement in that. Hate it. Positive 13 reviews. How did I even end up with this? That was a $10 game. Yes, it was. It's even listed on Remote Play Together. That's interesting. Destructoid gave this an 8 out of 10. Game Over Online said anyone who loves Mega Man series will love it, 90%. Winner of the PAX Indie Showcase 2013, an honorable mention at GDC, plays Best in Show 2013. And a two-time finalist of Game Connection's selected projects. Won the hearts of critics with no less than 50 reviews scoring the game 80% or better. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm super ambivalent about all of this. I thought I liked platformers. This one's gameplay mechanics were, I don't know. If it had been side by side, I would have been fine with it maybe. I think. I just really think that above and below is tough. I'm vaguely confused why people love them so much. I mean, platformers are kind of one of the oldest forms of video games. I mean, mostly. That's not totally true, but it kind of is. I mean, yeah. You ask somebody about video games like circa 1994 and they're going to be like Mario, Mega Man. Probably. I don't know. I'm just spouting off things. I do love Sonic. And as I've said before, I'll say again, I'll say it to my grave, I am terrified of actual Sonic fans. They upset me. They're scary. Sonic is different than most. Sonic isn't about like getting everything in the map. But it's also not about getting to the end as fast as possible. It's weird. Like with Sonic, you make it your own kind of game because there's all these different paths and you can't really hit all of them. With Sonic's strange. But like, so okay, like every playthrough is gonna be a little bit different because you choose different paths. But do you, or do you always go for the one you know? Like, yeah. I have a hard time replaying games and doing something different, like, grabbing the minigun versus the silenced pistol, that kind of thing. Never using grenades. I have like all the Sonic games that I just really haven't touched. I played Sonic Generations for a little bit. That violin fucking intro it has is one of the prettiest things I've ever heard. Like, truly exceptional stuff there. I wonder what happens when I pop on the TLJ capture. Yeah. And do this. Okay. Hope you like looking at your name. Okay. Longest journey. I am who I am. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, that game didn't really do it for me. Oh, good. It started me on this page. I was wondering about that because I thought it would be obnoxious to have to click the next. Hard work, man. What time is it? 2:52. I almost made it an hour with that one. That fall broke me.
I knew you would come, sooner or later.
Yes, please walk in front of everyone that isn't here anymore.
There's no way out of here. Did you know that? There's no way out of Victory Hotel. All exits they just lead back inside.
This sounds like somebody narrating Alan Wake. Oh wait, Alan Wake had narrations. But you know what I mean. Sounds like Alan Wake.
Just not for you. It's getting closer.
You have no idea what I went through to find you. First,
Do you like movies?
sure.
Dude,
Who doesn't? Wait a second. I was trying to tell you that.
I don't much like modern movies myself. They are either too loud and expensive or too obscure and self-indulgent. But old movies, really old movies, have a charm and a simplicity that appeals to me.
Listen, please
Remind
don't
me
interrupt
about
me
that.
again. It's starting to piss me off.
Did you know?
But I have never interrupted you, unless I've had something important to say, of course. But go ahead.
Now I don't
What is it you wanted to talk about?
want to live. But not
Why did you make me search all over the city for you?
Search for me? I've been here for hours, señorita. I haven't moved. The question ought to be, what made you go out of your way to find me?
I knew you would come,
Bro.
sooner or later.
What are you just saying about old movies, whatever? I was starting
There's
to
no way
tell
out of here.
Like,
Did you know that? There's no way out of Victory
I don't
Hotel.
really know how exactly I want to phrase this.
All exits
But if you ever have the thought that like old movies just aren't good, watch fucking Bullet. That is one of the best like cinematic storytelling I've ever seen. Like it's truly impressive the way the story's told through acting there. Like just that movie does not hand you a single thing, but you come away from it knowing everything that happened. Like it's I don't know. I like movies that don't treat you like a fucking
Do you
idiot.
have any reason to be happy? No. Then why be happy?
Bullet, Steve McQueen, such a good movie.
Because we're both gonna die.
Have you seen that one?
Everyone dies. It doesn't have to be this way.
Because I will make
We can
that
walk out
happen.
and go our different ways. Forget about Victor Hotel and
Really? Alright. I think we're gonna keep going with our Saturday movies
nothing to live
as
for.
long as you're around. I like doing that. It's
No, I
good,
don't want
especially
to
since we're gonna be
die.
doing it for a whole
I want
year.
to live.
But we'll
not
add
here.
Bullet to that list.
Not like
I
this.
think that's like an essential film.
Who is it?
Alright. I just grabbed my controller to play this.
I knew you would come, sooner or later. There's no way out of it.
We agreed to meet this morning, remember?
There's no way out.
As I remember it, there was no agreement.
All exits
I said tomorrow, but you refused.
just lead back
I
inside.
assumed you weren't interested. I apologize for making myself unavailable, however.
Don't give me that. You wanted me to come looking for you again.
Just
Actually, no, I had to lay low for a few hours.
Does it have anything to do with the cop that was staking this place out?
Yeah.
enough.
So it was a good thing I didn't stick my head out the door to look for you then,
Do
no?
you have any reason to be happy?
He's gone now.
No.
Are you in some kind of trouble with the police? Wait, don't tell me. Immigration.
Ooh.
Because we're both gonna
No,
die.
señorita. Not the police. There are bigger players than the police.
To be this way.
I don't want to know. I'm not getting mixed up with the mob or gangs or anything like that.
Victor Hotel and
There's not much you want to be mixed up in at all, is there?
did you know?
My life's complicated enough as it is, Mr. Cortez. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Now I don't want to die.
Answers.
I want to live.
You want,
Not in here.
you need
Not like this.
answers.
You keep telling me that, but you never give me any answers. Just more questions. Like, who's out to get you? What's going on with me? How come you know so much about me?
You would come.
Door just opened.
I plan to answer all your questions today, April.
There's no way
By the
out
time
there.
you go to sleep tonight, your world will have changed,
Victor Hotel.
and nothing will ever be the same.
You're just being cryptic again. It's
Yeah.
like soap opera sex. Lots of boring dialogue, and when they finally go to bed, everything's dark and covered by blankets.
You want the full Monty then? Come with me. Come outside. No more talk.
Make love
I
to
will
the
show
monkey.
you the truth.
They will be here soon.
Okay.
Enough.
Two things. This is from a time
Why use
when, like, the worst
This is
thing.
probably as
No,
good a place
I
as
want to
any.
tell my story.
At least there's no one around to see, except rats.
To see what?
My
Stand back,
ta-la-la-la.
señorita.
What for? What are you doing?
Why, Alice, I'm sending you through the looking glass.
Furodash.
What?
Furodash.
What is that? Please tell me it's a hologram.
It's a mirror to reflect your dreams.
I don't see anything. Just light.
Oh, you have to step through.
Step through that? Oh no, I don't think so.
This is the moment of decision, April. All time, past and present, revolves around this moment. The destiny of worlds is in your hands. But you must make the choice on your own. La vida es corta. You must decide how to live it best.
Okay, back to what I was talking about. It's funny that, like, it's like there's bigger players than the police, and she's like the mob and gangs, and not, like, totally missed the mark of, like, what our future is, which is Amazon, Walmart, Facebook. Like, those are the big scary mob-like players. It's, like, good try, but man, nobody actually saw that coming. Well, yeah, I mean, stuff like Blade Runner sure as hell did, or the Necromir. I can't remember what the name of that book is. Not the Necronomicon. Oh right, it's been so normal for so long that somebody threw up some East-West Side stuff, and that's scary now. Corporate. You're right. You're right. The cops are controlled by corporations. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The other thing is that I was gonna say is if this game was read only and had no voice acting, I would not play it. Like, just straight up would not play it. Especially on a stream. Like, I just don't want to have to read things out loud for sure. Alright. I'm not sure what to do. I'm just going in.
All right. I'll do it.
Vamos. Enter the light.
Yes. Yes,
Don't
does
say
that.
that. It sounds too ominous. Just tell me what's gonna happen.
You're about to take the first step on the longest journey of your life.
Dun dun dun!
But don't worry. I'll be waiting right here.
I must be insane to do this.
Yes, it's pretty much a given.
Will I ever see Zach again? Because I don't want to.
Oh, I almost forgot.
You'll die.
When you're ready to come back, pay a visit to a friend of mine called Westhouse, Brian Westhouse.
It's kind of crazy that there's like an actual like first last name in wherever we're going. That's not what I was expecting. It's not like Sauron, the wizard elf. Yeah, I did that. This is such a Star Trek effect. Unclear if this is the game or my computer. Oh!
Vaya con Dios, child, and may the balance protect you.
Cortez? Cortez!
This is not what I was expecting here.
I have a bad feeling about this. Wait.
Trope time.
What was the name Cortez told me to remember? Westhouse? Brian Westhouse? I think that was it. Cortez said to look him up when I wanted to go home. Well, I want to go home now.
The player doesn't. Suck it. Okay.
Big surprise. I'm still here. The shutters are closed, but quaint, and they go with the general decor of the place. Oil lamps, or whatever their magical equivalent may be called.
Magical.
He looks like some kind of priest.
No, wait.
Hello?
No.
Hi.
Et tu? Emile, tu vas?
I mean, it too is, and you, isn't it? I don't know the rest of that. Why is Shake head in red? Just because it's an action? That looks like, you know, fucking
you speak
Renegade's about to
English?
come out.
Parlez-vous français? Habla español?
Aku, Starkayan Paras,
Nope.
Inomalante Kandra, Ton Maris Orethiasiton. Aku Tufata, Sequandare, Ken Estare, Ton. Ton, Ken Itue Iraem Bab Simil Kwakite.
Quaquite.
Who are you?
Ken Esang, Maris Ortona, Magikean Pose
Skipping.
Where am I?
Sankis Tue,
Where's Cortez?
Tutone Eken. Ton, Ken Itue Iraem Bab Simil Kwakite.
Oh, there is a thing it's hiding.
Aku Kandi.
Interesting. Listen.
Good. Niranton Alvoch. Sank Al Koda Magic. Torante. Salhe. Naven. Altan. Al Orta I beginning. Parasimtin you. You have Thiesa I Magic Sarah.
Is she learning the
The
language?
knowledge. Aritua Yaai Tue by generations e umani. Knowledge of all tongue.
All tongue.
Now you have allowed the magic to enter your heart, and the knowledge of all tongue.
That's
Ever
cool.
present but dormant.
That's
to
cool as
guide
shit.
your ears and your tongue.
Nicely done, guys.
I understand you. You speak English? Why didn't you just tell me straight away?
No, child. I do not speak English. I speak Naven, Altung, the common language of Arcadia.
Arcadia? Wait a second. How did I get here? What is this place, and who the hell are you?
Was Arcadia Bay a reference back to
My
this game?
manners have abandoned me yet again. I'm afraid my preoccupation with ancient texts and the company of my fellow fathers have left me unequipped with the grace of social intercourse.
Meaning what?
Social intercourse.
But I've
All
been
right.
rude. My name, dear child, is Tobias Grensret, and I am the Vestrum of the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. We are the Fathers.
Okay. I'm April. April Ryan.
I take it this is your first shift, your first passage through the Divide?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I guess this is my first shift.
Then I will explain everything. Someone must. You are without guidance, without a mentor?
This guy's
Mentor?
voice is like a purr.
There's this guy Cortez.
Love it.
He assisted me, told me about magic and truth and dreams and portals. Crazy stuff. Well, it seemed crazy at the time, although now I don't.
Cortez? Ah, yes, Cortez. Very good, very good. Then come, let us proceed. Let me show you Marcuria, the grandest city of all ages.
That language thing was pretty fucking cool. I like that a lot. But I did not get to observe and whatever the curtain. Man, that low FPS stuttering is
Explore Marcuria, April. See the sights, meet the people, and then, when you are ready, return to the temple. I will answer whatever questions you may have then.
Big surprise. I'm still here.
pixel hunting. Where am I? I'm behind this guy.
In a world without the screen, that's what passes for entertainment. And it's pretty darn good.
Does she, like, astutely know that there are no TVs here? Did that bird
What a
move?
sorry-looking bird.
Hey, you don't look too polished yourself, lady.
Oops, I didn't know you could talk.
Didn't look as if you could talk either.
Talk to the cup handler. Oh, cup handler.
Want to test your skill and perception with a game of cups?
Yep.
There are prizes to be won.
What can I win?
Well, there's coin, of course. Double your bet or choose from a wide variety of exotic prizes. Like this antique Domari canter from Guyenne. A superb replica of Mount Tyranny cast in pure solid iron. A magic walnut from the once glorious island kingdom of Ansiel. And this, unique bird. Get me out of here!
Taking the
Keep your beak shut, you scraggly piece of...
The bird's mine. Let's do
And he
this.
talks! Great for feasts and for the amusement of infants. He's our top prize.
Come on, let's go.
How do I play?
You put your coin down on the table. I put a cup on top of it and shuffled it around with the other two cups. And all you have to do is guess which one hides your coin.
I don't have any
And remember,
coins.
No magic used, and none allowed. This amulet right here will light up if you use magic. Then you'll be banned. For life!
Okay, let's go.
Just place your bet, investment, on the table and the game will begin.
It's the traditional game of cup.
Don't have any coins. Does that work? It's acting like it'll work.
Is that gold? Only valid Arcadian coin in iron and other precious metals allowed at my table, young lady. Take your worthless gold elsewhere.
Gold? Worthless? Now I have heard everything.
Okay, bye, asshole.
Maps, I got maps. Can I interest you in a map, miss? Top-notch, hand-drawn in quality ink by skilled sunriders. Ain't no better in all the Northlands.
How much are your maps?
That depends, miss. I got a very nice one here of the Border Mountains for only 6. Aaron's fresh from the quill of a sunrider. Maps, get your maps here.
Do you sell maps of the city?
Can't help you there, miss. The Guild of Tourism has monopoly on city maps. I can tell you're not from around here, or you'd know that. Got tons of maps of all the Northlands, though, from the city of Tyrant to the Bay of Fire. Maps!
Where can I find the Guild of Tourism?
They're closed for the holidays.
Sure, that makes sense. Mind if I ask you?
Yes,
Do you know Vestrum Tobias?
everyone knows Vestrum Tobias, girl. He's
Girl.
been an important part of this city for as long as I can remember.
What can you tell me about him?
The Vestrum is an honorable man, but a conservative one, and I don't know if he still has the best interests of the people at heart. Sometimes I think he worries too much about custom. The Sentinel have been our so-called protectors and keepers of the balance for so long we don't even think of it anymore. But now that the Vanguard are introducing a new way of thinking, new philosophies, I'm afraid the Sentinel will find their power diminished before too long. Their resistance to change will be their downfall. Mark my words, their downfall for certain. And Tobias, honorable man that he is, will be remembered as the captain who went down with his ship.
How do you get along with your neighbors?
The Cups handler? Stay away from him, miss. He takes great joy in robbing people's purses. You can't beat him, not without magic, and he doesn't allow magic at his table.
How would he know if I did use magic?
Oh, he's got one of those blasted talismans. They're always digging up magical artifacts in Chagagriel, and they sell them to dogs like him for a silver coin or two. Get a proper job, you son of a mole!
What do you know about Stark?
Land of wonders, strange customs, and machinery. Ah, to be in Stark. I'd give my right leg. Well, perhaps not my right leg as such. You really need 2 sturdy legs to stand on in this business, or you'll find yourself... yes, a grand place indeed, free of this blasted, chaotic, unpredictable magic. Does no good to anyone. Now, machines built by man, controlled by man, in servitude of man. That's the future, isn't it? Yes, the Vanguard may be a little unorthodox in their methods and teachings, but they're right about one thing. Stark and Arcadia belong together, not apart.
I missed something. What's Stark? Is Stark the world she just left? Is that...
What's Arcadia like?
What can I say about a whole world, girl? It's a beautiful place for sure, but we're stuck in the past. We don't look ahead, not like our cousins in Stark. Magic is all well and good, but it won't bring our world into the modern age, and Arcadia is untamed. It's wild and unpredictable. Good for the map business, sure, but not so good for productivity and expansion. Oh, some people may consider our world a paradise. The Sentinel, for one, they'd prefer to keep it just the way it is. Me, I'd like to see some changes, and fast.
Thanks for your help.
Maps!
Mind if I ask?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for your help.
Maps!
No maps for me today, thanks.
Fair enough, miss, but don't expect me to come running to your aid if you ever get lost in Riverwood. Without my maps, you'll probably end up a mole's dinner or worse. Maps!
This is just barely
The
high
whole
enough
fountain's been carved in one
resolution,
piece from a granite-like material.
to be able to tell
Very
what's going on.
impressive. Nice fountain. What the hell kind of animal is that? I've never...
Go over to it.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I can't tell what that is. I don't know. This is pretty. This is weird. Okay, so there's nothing else. We are leaving.
Stout guardians of the city. Wooden, but stout. And that blue fire is way cool. Those guys must be part of the City Watch. They look a hell of a lot more intimidating than the Newport cops, despite the lack of an exoskeleton.
You talking about the armor they wear? Run, girl!
This guy's selling musical instruments. Most of these I don't even recognize. But he's got a drum in there and what looks like half a guitar and a couple of dried rabbit carcasses. Ugh!
Okay, fine.
Those guys must be part of the City Watch. They look a hell of a... This lady's selling fresh fish. I've never seen fish like this before. But if it's wet and has fins, fish it is. The walls look ancient. Arcuria must be at least as old as anything back in the real... in my world.
Okay, good.
This guy's selling lobsters, crabs, eels, and... What the hell is that purple thing? That is so not appetizing.
Ducks, okay. I'm kind of irritated they're not showing me any of these things she's describing. I want to see them.
Blue fire. It's either propane or magic. I'm guessing the latter. Blue fire. It's a lighthouse, much like the ones we have at home, except this one, of course, burns a blue fire.
This is a dumb place to put a lighthouse. Just straight up.
The size of these galleons is truly breathtaking. And there are dozens of them, not to mention a number of smaller vessels.
The boats are beautiful. Man, I need this quarantine to be lifted. I need to go back to Cannon Beach. My favorite place in the whole world. This guy. Like, alright, just... We had a place we went there, and they let us bring Georgie. Called the Tolovana Inn. It's the most comfortable spot I've ever been. Right there on the water. We go, like, in our half anniversary, March 8th or something, probably like that. And, it'd always be a fucking storm. I mean, like, waves crashing into the side of the building, storm, lose power. It was great. Wonderful. They got little fireplaces in there, so we just, like, sit in there in the dark with a flashlight and the guinea pig, and it's just, like, the best thing ever. They got new management at one point and decided that we weren't allowed to bring Georgie. It was dogs only. But it was, like, all pets before that. It was great. They actually told us when we arrived for a week stay. Yeah. They had cockroaches once. We got to stay there for an entire week for free. That was cool. And we got a better room than we did the first time. When Georgie's not around, we're going to start going back every year like we were. I don't want to think about that. He's been struggling a bit. Like, he's happy, and he's pretty comfortable looking, except you realize how hard he is working to get one lung full of air. And, it's tough.
Assorted cargo.
This guy does not look like a sailor. Yeah. When's your birthday? October. Nice. Yeah, that's probably...
Ahoy there, matey!
That's probably a pretty good time to go.
Isn't that how you sailors greet each other?
No.
What do you say then?
Usually, hello. And if it's sunny, nice day for it. We might even try a how are you today then, if we're feeling adventurous. But never, ever, ahoy.
This is valuable information.
Aye, matey, that it be.
Why aren't you out at sea?
Do you see the sail on that barge over there?
Yes.
Is it flapping?
What?
Is it flapping? Is the sail flapping in the wind?
Wind.
No.
And why is that then?
Because it's not windy?
Exactly.
Well, can't you just use oars or something?
Oh, what an excellent idea. Now, why didn't we think of that? Of course. Oars! By Jaw's stunted left arm, that's it. Why have we been moored to the dock for a month with our merchandise dropping in value when we could have just rowed our way to Guyenne?
Are you being sarcastic?
Sarcastic? Me? What in Jaw's name makes you think that?
This is painful.
How long's it been since the last wind?
Near a month. Ever since that accursed alchemist put some kind of spell on the wind. The Moja'll be cursed if I know why. But it's a bloody catastrophe. I've sent some good people of mine up north to deal with him. But not one has returned. Now the A-Reed High Council speak of sending an entire army platoon to sort him out. But I'm afraid that just might piss him off.
Who's this alchemist who cast a spell on the wind?
I believe his name is Clax. Roper Clax. Lives in a bloody rock somewhere up north, beyond Riverwood.
Thanks for the chat.
Bye. Klaatu. The not really. It just made me think of The Day the Earth Stood Still. Did you ever see that Keanu Reeves remake with him and Jennifer Connelly? I really liked that movie. Like a lot.
It's a small ship or
I thought
boat.
it was very good.
I don't know the difference. Is there a difference?
Small city. Can I just walk all the way to the city?
Breathtaking.
You go now, okay? I'm long overdue for watching the original Day the Earth Stood Still. I barely remember it. I've only seen it once, I think. Okay. I feel like I found everyone to talk to. Unless there's another place out of here. You know, the ship thing was really weird and felt out of place. Hopefully that'll make sense later, but like, I feel like I went really far away from here to learn one thing, that there's no wind, and then come back. Vestrum Tobias. Oh no, we need to talk about the curtains.
Enormous satin drapes.
Alright, life completed. Speed mouth faster, lady. I'm gonna die here.
Excuse me, Vestrum Tobias?
Tobias. Just call me Tobias, please. I require no ceremony from a distinguished guest such as yourself. Did you enjoy the sights?
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Walking around out there, seeing with my own two eyes things that can't possibly exist. I kept thinking, it's all a dream. I'll wake up at any moment now and everything will return to normal. But then I realized, I'm still here. It's real. I can touch it. I can smell it. You know what? It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense here. Magic, alien creatures, parallel worlds. I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in fairy tales.
In your world, in Stark, there is no room for magic. That is and always has been the curse of science, the fallibility of logic and order.
I see.
They leave no room for the imagination. If it does not fit into the narrow perception of the laws of nature that your world adheres to, it's a fairy tale. But then, magic has its downsides too. It's unpredictable. It invites chaos. It puts
Never
the balance in
Skynet.
peril in a way that science alone never could.
I keep hearing about the balance and about Stark and Arcadia and... This is probably going to sound strange to you, but I'm clueless. I have no idea what this place is or what I'm doing here or... All I know is that something strange is happening in my world, I guess. I had dreams, and the dreams felt so real, and then things started happening in real life too. Things that couldn't happen, and
I think I will begin at the very beginning.
Thank you.
I believe that is why you were sent here. To learn, to understand, to see for yourself. Like you said, you cannot believe in this place. Well, you will. After you have learned the truth, you will. Come with me, and I will tell you the story of Earth as your books never have. And when your eyes and ears are open to the truth, perhaps your mind will follow. We can only hope. Come.
You know, Earth as the name of a location is really weird because it's also the thing that we talk about when it's like
This
we need
is
to
the true story
dig
of
into
the
the ground.
balance, as observed by the Sentinel,
Or, like,
the order
dirt
of
is
the
Earth.
balance,
Weird.
the Fathers. The Sentinel Minstrom committed this story to the pages of the scriptures and to these temple walls thousands of years ago, so that coming generations could learn and understand their past and their future. The wall paintings we are looking at became known as the murals of the balance, and it is through these images that I will recount our common history to you, April Ryan. The story begins and ends here, with this mural. Ages ago and in ages to come, the Earth was one, and magic and science existed side by side in nature and in all people. There was balance, and there was harmony.
You're saying there was just one world then?
One world, one Earth. Magic and science in balance with each other, within each and every living creature. The power to make the stars dance and to create life itself was within our grasp. But then, humankind began to exploit this divine power of two, and they saw fit to use it for their own selfish purposes. The balance of the cosmos was in peril. Unless something was done, unless man was humbled and learned to fear the power he wrought over cosmos, the twilight of chaos would fall upon Earth. It had happened before, in distant times and on distant worlds, and it would happen again. And every man, woman, and child of every people and every race would be devoured by the coming apocalypse. We were given a visitation then. The Drag Kin, having lived among us for untold generations, rose to offer their guidance and assistance in preserving the balance on our world.
The Drag? I think I've heard that name before.
Drag Kin, Draken, Dragons, whichever name they go by, they remain the eternal servants and custodians of the balance. There were 4 of them here on Earth, and of the 4, one who would found the order of the balance, the Sentinel. The first Minstrom were instructed that magic and science would have to be separated before the balance collapsed and brought untold disaster. Earth would have to be split in 2 equal parts. Arcadia and Stark, magic and science, chaos and order. The first Sentinel were counted 13, 6 scientists, 6 magicians, and one who was between, the Drag Kin, our mentor, our custodian, our learned guide. Both magic and science were needed to perform this most difficult of tasks, to split a world in 2, to create 2 worlds from one.
Wasn't the use of that kind of power dangerous to the balance?
Yes, and so for this purpose, they built a tower to channel their powers and focus them on the divide that they would create. The Kin had brought a disc with them, a disc forged in the fire of their world. Placed at the base of the tower and the epicenter of the divide, the disc and the tower would become one, a conduit for the flow of magic and science. At the appointed hour, the 13 came to the tower, and with them a woman whose destiny was decided by the purpose to which she had been born. She would be the first guardian, the human protector
Somebody
of the balance,
turning a page
who would
between
stay
each
in the tower
paragraph.
for 1,000 years to watch over the 2 worlds and to ensure that the flows of magic and science were always equal. And so the ritual began. One world was to become 2, separated by the balance, and each world visible to the other only by way of dreams. Who was ushered into which world was not an arbitrary choice, nor one taken lightly. For the magical creatures, the choice was simple. They had to go to Arcadia. Their kind would not survive in Stark. But for others, families were torn apart, lovers separated, and friends lost for all eternity. Encircled by the 12 and the One who would be Guardian, the disk at the base of the tower began to spin faster and faster as more and more power flowed through it, until it was a blur. Darkness enveloped the tower, but the disk glowed brighter and brighter. Reality turned, and in one moment, a new reality had been created and 2 new worlds born. In the tower there was silence. The original disk had disappeared, and in its place was a smaller counterpart, a similar yet different disk. Around and outside the tower, the world looked different. They were now between Stark and Arcadia, between reality and dream. This was the realm of the Balance and of the Guardian, and it would be her home for the next 1,000 years. The one who was kin picked up the disk and said, "This disk is a counterpart to the original disk, which has now become this realm, and the key to which has been split and divided in 4. The key is the disk, and the disk is this realm."
Is that where this game
This
opened
mystified
up?
the
Was
12,
in the
and the one
Drax
who was
realm?
kin continued. Know only this: the Guardian's realm cannot be broken unless the disk is broken.
Thanks.
But nor can it be repaired without the disk being repaired. The 4 pieces, that is the key, will be given to the 6 of you who are to be taken to Arcadia for safekeeping. Yet the key will never be complete, he went on, without the precious stones that adorn each piece. I will keep 1, and my fellow kin the 3 others. Should the day come when this realm must be repaired, or the worlds reunited, and that day will come, you will assemble the disk, and the kin will come together one last time. With that, 6 of the 13 went to Arcadia, and 6 to Stark, and the one who would be Guardian ascended to the throne. Witness the mural, where her dreams and hopes, her very soul, were locked away in the disk. In service of the Balance, these traits were nothing but barriers. Through new eyes, the imbalance between the worlds was as clear as the stars themselves to the Guardian, and with one thought, she channeled chaos from Arcadia and logic from Stark into the disk, and redistributed the power wherever it was needed. A new era had begun, the era of the Guardian. After they left the tower, 2 of the Drakkin went to Stark, the other 2 to Arcadia. The 6 who came to each world started what is now known as the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. But while in Arcadia the Sentinel thrived, in Stark they did not. In Stark, the memories of magic and the Balance could not survive in the face of the new reality of natural laws, of logic, and of science. And soon, very soon, Arcadia became nothing more than legend, a myth, tales of fairies to recount to impressionable children, and stories to frighten and entertain around a fire. And while dreams still brought sights and sounds of Arcadia to those asleep in Stark, they were discounted as mere dreams and nothing more.
So that's it? We forgot about our past and about Arcadia? And that's the way things are? Then what's wrong with that? And why does magic from Arcadia seem to have begun leaking through to Stark?
That is another long story. But I can tell that you are tired of stories, and so I shall be brief.
Please, keep going.
As I told you, while in Arcadia, the Sentinel grew in numbers and in strength. In Stark, while flourishing for a brief time, they were soon diminished and powerless. Some of the Stark Sentinel, did not take kindly to this, and they berated the Arcadian Sentinel for their politics and teachings. The Stark Sentinel wanted people to work towards reunification, while their brothers did not. So the inevitable soon came to pass, and the Stark Sentinel parted ways with their Arcadian brothers and named themselves the Vanguard. And while at first their philosophy was not so different from ours, over the years it changed radically. The Vanguard wanted the divide torn down, the worlds reunited, and the return to what they called the Glorious Ages, when humankind could control the forces of cosmos. But first they needed their own servant in charge of the balance, their own guardian. Now, every 1,000 years, a new guardian took the place of the old one, because no one can be separated from their souls for any longer than 1,000 years. Every 1,000 years, a new guardian was born. The balance provided the seed from which a new fruit grew. But now, it has been 200 years since the previous guardian, the 12th guardian, was to be replaced. Every new child born to the balance has been taken away by the Vanguard to be studied in an attempt to control them. In every instance so far, they have failed. But the 12th guardian could wait no longer. Only a short time ago, the disk in the tower shattered, and the guardian left his throne. The balance is now untended, and we have yet to find a new guardian. Unless we do so, the Vanguard may get their chance. And they may be able to place their own puppet on the throne to rule the balance according to their principles. And this we cannot allow. It will mean the end of Stark and Arcadia, and the dawn of an era of chaos. Now do you see?
I understand the history. I can even accept it. But I don't understand why I'm here and what Cortez wants with me.
Girl!
The balance is in peril, April. The Guardian has abandoned his tower. He has disappeared, and there is no one to take his place. He must be reinstated to protect the balance until a new Guardian may be found.
And what can I do? I'm nobody. I've just been having a lot of bad dreams.
You are a strong shifter. I have not seen your like in my lifetime.
A shifter?
Someone
You've gotta be
capable of
shifting me.
opening doors between worlds. A shift. A portal between the realms of Stark and Arcadia.
Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. Cortez was the one who opened the shift, and he just waved his hands around in the air. I don't think I'd be capable of opening a portal even if I had a magic wand.
Only a shifter's own power can allow her to travel. No one else can do this for her. Cortez only channeled your power to aid you. He would not be able to step through the shift himself.
Even if that's true, I don't have any control over my talent.
Not yet. But in time you will. How else do you intend to travel back to your world?
God, I hadn't even thought about that yet. Can you help me?
No. Go see.
I'm afraid not.
Paul
Even
Urban
if I
or whatever.
could shift, I would not be able to channel through you like Cortez did.
So, I'm on my own?
If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. But aside from that, yes. Yes, you are.
That's so not cool.
Yeah, all I'm hearing is I
No,
can't do it, I can't
it has
do
been
it, I can't do
unseasonably
it.
warm. If you don't mind, I will return to my studies now. Thank you for listening to an old man and his long stories.
No, thank you. It's starting to make a little bit of sense now.
Question.
That is
Does the
good
magic
news.
world have a type of air conditioning done by
Come
magic?
see me again if you have any more questions.
These are important questions, Sean. We must find the answer. They don't have wind and no air conditioning. Fuck this place. Kojima is jealous. Oh shit, yeah, you're right.
Excuse me.
Girl!
Do you know a man named Brian Westhouse?
Westhouse? That old goat? Yes, unfortunately. What would you with him?
Shade, man. Shade.
I need to find him.
I do not know where he lives. I hear somewhere on the outskirts of the city by the sea, but I cannot tell you any more than that.
Oh god, he's the only guy out there I can talk to.
Who'd know about Westhouse?
His whereabouts? I do not understand what you would with him. He is rude, uncultured, and ignorant.
It's him.
Cortez told me to look him up.
Well, I do not know where he lives or frequents, but someone at the market may. He trades merchandise there, and I think he collects maps of the Northlands.
Wow, I just had a real Jinkies moment down there in the convo bar.
What do you know about Cortez?
Your mentor? What has he told you about himself?
Not much.
Motherfucker.
Nothing, in fact. He's a complete mystery to me.
To learn something about someone, the best way to go about it is to ask them yourself. There is nothing I can do to enlighten you.
But who is he?
He is who he is, what he is. If he has
said
not told
that
you
like an
himself,
hour
then
ago.
perhaps he does not wish you to know. It would be improper for me to divulge his secrets.
You're as bad as he is. No offense. It's just frustrating.
I understand. The next time you see him, tell him what you have told me. Maybe he will tell you the truth, maybe he will not. It is his choice to make.
This guy's getting pretty Matrix Architect on me.
Do you mind if I ask you
I will try my...
No. What's Murica like?
What's Marcuria like?
I have lived in this city all my life, and still it amazes me what a diverse, exciting, and wonderful place it is. Many have called Marcuria the jewel of the Northlands, and they are right. But it is a diamond in the rough. A city this size can never be flawless. There are always shadows and people who hide in them. Lately, the shadows have grown and darkened, and I fear for the future. But Marcuria is still a wonderful place to live.
What are the Northlands?
The Northlands is a collective term for all the lands north of the Great Sea and south of the border mountains, including Ireed, Tyran, and Khorasan. Before, however, the word Northlands was used to describe this entire continent, including the territories north of the mountains and the icy wastes beyond that. Some still prefer the latter interpretation of the name. And to the people of the Southlands, anyone hailing from north of the Great Sea is a Northlander regardless.
Tell me a little about Ireed.
Ireed means both unification and assembly in High Tongue, and many still call Ireed the unified country, even though it is an age and a half since the lands of the north joined together in alliance. Ireed stretches from the plains of Nedra in the north to the Great Sea in the south, and from the territories of Tyran in the west to the thick woodlands in the east. It is populated by humans and Dolmare, Tyran, and a number of other races. It is even said that a tribe of Venar have a ring of trees in Riverwood, though I'm not sure that is anything but a myth.
I mean, is anything really a myth up in this motherfucker?
What's the history of Arcadia?
There is so much I do not know where to begin. In truth, it would be wiser to ask someone else, unless you wish to know about the Fathers, the Balance, or Mudhoppers.
Yes, probably.
Mudhoppers?
Yep, there it is.
My secret passion. I study them. They are a most fascinating species. Most fascinating indeed. But I am not practically versed in the intricacies of history, I'm sorry to say.
Dude, you just gave me, like, the Cosmos history. What the fuck?
What else can you tell me about Marcuria?
Marcuria is the capital of Ireed, the unified country, and we are located on the southern coast of the Northlands, halfway between Tyran and Coruscant. Between the Snapjaw and the Gatebeast, some might call it. Between the embers and the fire. Yet democracy and peace have reigned for thousands of years now, and although relations may at times be strained with our Tyran neighbors, the High Council are masters of diplomacy. And Lord Igvandellan is a firm and just chief counselor of the Iredan flag.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could assist you.
Bye. Oh God. Even more.
How am I supposed to...
The only way to get back is through a shift.
It might be within me, but it doesn't...
I wish I could help you, but I can't.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
You will? If you say so, then it must be true.
Jeez, okay. Alright, that's 2 hours, so I really have to piss. So I'm gonna call it here. Save and call it. Cool. This got interesting. I've been playing it on the promise that it would get interesting, and now it has gotten interesting. Alright. I'll see you tomorrow if I see you tomorrow. Bye! Have a good one.